The UFC still on it. Oh my god, the dangers outside the octagon and inside. Yeah, that's what you thought. Yana Kunitskaya, I don't want to butcher that, versus Irene Aldana. And Kunitskaya was apparently pregnant. That's the story that went around for a minute. Like, thoughts?
Well, I remember I saw that in your story and I was like, bruh, are you serious?
It's because, to give y'all some context, there was a UFC fight.
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about the memes about the baby.
Yeah. So, there is a fighter known as Yana Kunitskaya, I believe. She had a fight on July 10th. And I think it was on July 10th. It was the same card as McGregor-Poirier 3. Mm-hmm. So she had a fight, and then on August 16th, she announced that she was pregnant.
And there, like, people were correlating with
and it says in this post, timing-wise, that means she must have been pregnant during her fight. And then
how pregnant was she? Like how many weeks?
I mean, she announced. I mean, right in the picture right here, it says August 16th right there. She looks like she could be at least a month or two.
Oh, she was a little over a month pregnant in her fight. Oh, yeah, that could affect.
Yeah.
Already.
And then
it wasn't like a few days. It was like
I love all these MMA pages because, one, they're kind of funny, but two, they're also they have to be creative in order to get the story across, get to their viewers. But guys, why are y'all posting this and a video of her taking a body shot? Oh, no.
There's some lines that shouldn't be crossed, guys.
Guys! But we've already talked about weight cutting. We've talked about how...
But this is like a whole different thing.
We've talked about leg breaks. We've talked about people getting knocked that fuck out and getting CTE over the years. Mm-hmm. Pregnancy?
Like, it's one thing if it's your own body and it's like you're the fighter that's getting affected because you signed up for it, but bro, that's your baby, bro. Yeah. That's someone else being affected.
Like, I don't know, how passionate could you be to want to make that risk? But then again, the only other side I could see to that is...
And she would know, like, if there's a possibility of being pregnant.
Yeah.
She would know if there's even a possibility.
Maybe, but money? Money for the fight? I mean,
just maybe the passion.
Maybe.
For sport.
I mean, it was a big... July 10th was a big card, to say the least. So, getting maybe the payday...
Getting the bag
at what cost? I don't know.
You're going to get... This is more than getting canceled.
This is more than getting canceled.
This is about, like...
This is legit.
This is legit.
This is crazy. I don't know how...
Do you think this should be punished?
The UFC?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I would think so. There is no reason. Like, I understand if someone's a fighter and they need the money or they just love it, but there is no reason a pregnant woman should be fighting another woman in a cage.
And then body shot after
body shot, leg shots. Like, the other person's trying to take your head off. They're literally trying to take your head off.
Almost trying to kill you.
Yeah, like, once that octagon closes, there's rules, but there's not a lot of them. So
there's a whole lot of them.
I mean, there's rules, don't get me wrong, but, like, when... there's no rule saying I don't get to punch you in the face or in the body. Oh, hello.
The UFC should punish her. She probably knew there was a possibility that she was pregnant.
Oh, punish her, punish the fighter. Kunitskaya? I forget.
No, not the fighter that fought her, but like her, the one that was pregnant.
Yeah, Kunitskaya. Yeah. You think they should punish her?
Yeah. I think she pretty much knew that there was a possibility that she was pregnant. Like, come on, guys, we know how people get pregnant.
Yeah, right. But I don't know if they're gonna want to do that, or
at least like make a precedent about this, or like there's a new approach to, like, I don't know if there should be pregnancy tests, but something should change.
Yeah, like we talked about hydration tests for weight cutting. So they also do. Well, I'm assuming they test for drugs, but now there's the Nate Diaz rule where certain, like any marijuana tested or are gone. Any marijuana tests are gone. Or if
Are you
someone gets
serious?
tested, yeah.
Nice, bro.
So
Nice.
CBD or any THC, it's under the Nate Diaz rule now. Crazy enough,
Why?
right?
Why is it under the Nate Diaz rule? Did they find weed in the system?
They probably did, and also for I think Nick Diaz as well. That's why he's barely coming back now in 2021 because he was on a 5-year suspension.
Why?
From the I forget. I think the Nevada Athletic Commission, State Athletic Commission. I think it's because they said he tested positive for THC in his system.
That's so dumb.
And they were saying, oh, it's performance enhancing.
It's not.
Or like you're not gonna like it's gonna give you some sort of edge. Was the case that they were pushing, and it's. If you go look back at this case, you're gonna be like, "This is dumb." Which you just said is true. It's dumb, and then the most hilarious part of that one was when they had him in the it was like court a little bit, but like it's the commission, and then they're asking him all these questions and shit, and then they ask him like 20, 30 questions, and he says the same thing for all of them. He's like, Fifth Amendment.
I plead the fifth.
Like Fifth Amendment every time. Like, did you know this, this, and this at this time?
Because
Fifth
weed
Amendment.
is illegal.
Yeah.
But like I think he just didn't want to get punished by the UFC.
Yeah. Did you know that it was in your system, Fifth Amendment, and were you notified of these tests the day before as a standard Fifth Amendment? Fifth Amendment. Fifth Amendment.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to like not incriminate himself with like
right.
Get more punished than he already was.
And that's I don't know how true it is, but like I've seen enough, or what the agenda has been pushed from multiple shows or anything you see in court, like whether it's trials in the news or trials on like a fictional TV show or whatever. As long as you can prove it in some way, shape, or form in court, it could be as true as possible. You just need the evidence. Hence why he didn't want to say one thing, and then they mix it up with one thing.
He probably had a lawyer during this.
Yeah, no. He did. He had like 2 of them with him.
And he's rich, so some good lawyers.
I think I want to say yeah. The Diaz brothers are superstars, so I'm pretty sure they have
household names.
Yeah, they're household names. So I'm assuming they got their own CBD companies. They got all this other thing. So I'm pretty sure they're pretty all right, right? But I don't know. I don't think the UFC itself will take responsibility for any of it.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna take responsibility because this isn't like new. Like what?
Yeah, like what we said, or with on a podcast before we said, or a friend of mine said it will take only one death. It will take like someone having to go through the worst possible outcome in order for someone to change, or for the UFC to change. Like, say if somebody because we started talking about weight cutting. And then we started talking about what if somebody goes into shock and somebody, one of the fighters, they're not able to be there because something happened or they had complications.
The UFC is like somewhat new. It's not like old. It's not like boxing where like it's been a thing for like.
They're still making new rules.
Yeah, they're still making new rules.
Right.
It's like
we got the Nate Diaz rule. And they were testing for everything back then. So I don't know, or pregnancies get slipped in.
It's like with many other sports, like the MLB, the NFL. Like, there's dangers that there was many dangers early on. Many people got hurt.
Yeah,
it took people getting hurt for them to change the rules.
Exactly. And then going back to Connor said, "Oh, I had doctors check me. I already had a broken leg." I doubt they would put him back in the octagon with a broken leg.
Then why did you agree to the fight if he had a broken leg?
Right.
Well, like, I don't know. I feel like the win is a win. He got it.
He got it.
But, like, I don't know. I just don't like how he got it.
That's why I wrote that note down. I wrote saying, hey, there's dangers outside the octagon. Mm-hmm. Whether, like, it's enough to put your body on the line in a fight. Yeah. It's another thing where you're weight cutting before this fight. It's enough that you're training not too hard, but you also you have to train hard. You have to spar with people, and you run the risk of.
Well, like there's things where like the UFC should regulate, and there's things where like it's the responsibility of the
fighter. Yeah, and a lot of the responsibility is on the fighter and on the camp itself. Mm-hmm. So, like, and it seems like the UFC is the middleman. a little bit with that. But the UFC isn't the middleman. The UFC is the company that employs them. Or I don't know if y'all want to say employed. I don't know.
It's not like boxing where it's like, oh my gosh, you have to.
You have to what?
Like there's like not a single entity in boxing. There's
right.
Like so many entities, but the UFC is like it controls everything.
Right. And like they could release somebody if they want to, or they could do this, they could do that. If a fighter is not living up to the expectations, then they cut them, right? So I don't know. I don't know if they're private contractors. Is that what they call them, or they're employees? Technically, I don't.
Well, don't they have to like hire and fire people?
Yeah.
Like if they want to add someone to the roster, they have to fire someone if it's full.
Maybe so.
It happened with like what's that guy's name?
Which one?
The one that fought like Jake Paul like a few months ago.
The Ben Askren?
Yeah, Ben Askren.
Oh yeah.
They had to fire someone or release someone.
I think Ben Askren was on ends to retire anyway, but that does make sense. He was technically in the welterweight division, and then now, someone else comes up when the spot is there, type thing. So I don't know. I know that caught you off guard, and so did I. I didn't think, man.
We weren't even gonna talk about pregnancy.
Yeah, right.
Or like it was like a last minute thing where it's like, hey, we need to talk about it in the podcast.
Like, holy shit, this needs to be said. So, UFC, do something.
So many controversies or things to talk about in the UFC,
and it's so double-edged sword. Like you said, she should get punished. I kind of think the UFC should kind of get punished for not thoroughly checking. But then again, a lot of it's on the fighter, like you said, the fighter's responsibility as well. If you know you're not well, why are you putting yourself on the line? But then again, there's other reasons, like whether I've trained so hard this, I got the passion for it, or simply the bag.
Well, it's complicated. I feel like move on from this. What happened.
What happened.
But just let's have a different approach from now on for this not to happen ever again.
Exactly.